to the first monthly podcast that I will hopefully be having on this channel. This is going to be a podcast where we talk about some of the latest news coming to some of our favorite games. This is the official GAA podcast, and I guess we can get started now. I'm here with Sturmax, also known as Maxcraft.
What's up?
Oh god.
My podcast stop.
Yo.
Like your intro.
You fucking serious?
Like his intro. It was like, nope. Do it again.
Kidding me?
Do it again. Do it again.
I swear to God, man.
Oh god.
It straight up cut off.
Yo.
I was so mad.
Okay, this is like the 50th time we've been doing this, so what's up? This is a monthly podcast, yo. Let's just get this started with.
Wait, are we still
Okay, go ahead.
recording? I'm so confused.
Yes, we are on my thing. Just
I am, yeah. Well,
Oh
well
my
anyways,
God.
hey, it's CrimsonVoodoo here, and we're doing a podcast. I'm kind of the special guest here for Gods and Angels, the legendary clan. But anyways, so this podcast will basically bring you updates to games and whatnot, but I don't know any of what's going to come up. That's kind of Assassin's job, so here we go. I'm going to be playing Doom campaign in the background to keep you guys entertained. But here we go. There we go. Mine's done.
Yeah, so right now I'm here with DPJ Guardians, also known as CoolGuyDragon on YouTube, and Sturmax W, also known as Maxcraft on YouTube. And I'm also here with CrimsonVoodoo, also known as CrimsonVoodoo.
Oh, that was a hard one to
And
guess.
this is the official GAA podcast, where we will be talking about the latest and greatest news of some of our favorite video games. So
Good times.
we can get started, hopefully. Sturmax and DP or Crimson, you guys have anything you want to say?
Well, all I want to say is that definitely check out these guys' YouTube channels. They're good friends of mine. Give them some subs, you know. Good times.
Thanks, man. And same for everybody else.
Oh,
Y'all
mother-
know my type of content. Y'all would like them just as much. So check them out. Check their streams. Check their videos. Just give them some love, the way we know how.
Ooh, that was hot.
And DP.
So I'm actually having a problem right now. I can't stream, but I'm just saying,
It'll be on
I'm
ours.
talking from people's streams, so, you see, the thing we do is YouTube. We're not out for the fame, we're not out for the money, we're just out for the gameplay. We just want to make people happy, and if you like the stuff I do, you'll definitely like the things they do.
Oh,
Okay, I know.
All right,
It's like no
cool.
I felt that,
So,
man.
I guess right now we can talk about Smite for
Yeah.
the first bit of news, because there really isn't that much
meeting in
on
the dojo?
Smite right now currently, other
Yeah.
than the Force of Nature update
Yeah,
coming out
Terra.
for consoles. Yeah, we'll be getting
Terra.
Terra. We'll be getting the 450 potions back.
Thank God.
so yeah, that's always really exciting.
Yeah, they'll be unlockable at level 7.
7? Yeah.
Yeah, and there are some console-specific things changing. We ended up, or I believe they ended up taking out the legacy controls for console because there were some issues with it. So they're
Yeah,
bringing that back to stay.
I've actually used the legacy controls when I wasn't playing with y'all, and I can see why, because it feels like it was really made more for PC players. Just, it felt like they're trying to do a keybind for us, but it just didn't work out the way they hoped it would. It's a very... It's something that you probably have to try out when you first start the game to actually get the hang of it. It's really complicated and intricate on how it actually works, though. But yeah, continue.
Okay. And another thing that should be coming to consoles specifically is we will now be able to hide our stats on our loading frame.
Yeah.
Finally.
So
if you
we're
don't
gonna be
like
able to
having
toggle that?
your stats, or your stats make you look somewhat newbie with a god, you can hide them, and
Never seen
people
the
will
game.
know how good you are. Just go in and
Yeah,
But
hit him with the element of surprise.
surprise them with your
Yeah.
skills, your amazing...
Yeah, because
MLG
sometimes, you know, those
plays.
stats don't do you justice.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, sometimes.
but would that mean we can also like toggle them on and off, kind of?
yeah.
Like, because I like the fact that you can show your stat if you get any of the mastery skins, but I don't want to have to buy a mastery skin to just see how many kills
Yeah.
and stuff I've gotten.
I agree.
Well, I'm assuming it's keeping the mastery skin type factor, but we are just, for gods you currently have a mastery skin on, you'll be able to disable your stats if you don't like them, or have them on if you do like them. So it does add a little bit more customization to that factor. I mean, I still think there's a little bit of a ways to go, but that is definitely a step forward, at least.
And honestly, with us coming from so many games that has like customized a character from the ground up, it's a new little feature that is interesting to add to it, especially
Yeah,
in
definitely.
Smite.
I definitely agree. Did you want to say anything else?
No,
I think-
that was it.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm actually very excited for this binding this stats thing off, because for some of my characters, I feel very embarrassed how many kills I have on those characters. Well, most of the time it's because I don't play those gods as much. And when I do, I really just feel embarrassed, because like it will literally just say like 102 kills instead of like 7 wins. So I'm actually very excited.
Personally, I definitely agree. I don't know, I somewhat feel like these stats kind of take away the factor of the actual
Gameplay.
picture in the card. Like, I think the picture can be better admired without the stats showing, so
I agree.
I will
'cause,
definitely
like,
be using that just to show off the amazing skin or card they have for the skin, because some of them I do love.
I agree with that. And like some of the cards, they look like they've spent like years or even months just designing, like Susanoo's card or Nox's card, or like what's another one? Like
Jablanca's
don't-
card.
yeah, like those are so well detailed and look so amazing.
And just for a quarter of them to be covered up by stats.
Exactly. It's kind of drawing away from just how amazing. And then for them to put the effects, which some of them with the special like diamond or legendary effects on them look so much cooler. Like the Nox one with the legendary effects just has to be the most terrifying card ever.
But also at the same time, I like the option that you can keep them on just in case if you really admire your own stats with a
Yeah.
certain god, if you main
What
with the
are
god.
you talking about?
Oh yeah,
Let-
definitely.
Let the players have a little bit of vanity in their lives still.
So I think we can all agree that this Smite update was very influential, and
But
definitely not detrimental to the game.
yeah, but
Yeah, definitely.
for especially a lot of the console and PlayStation 4 people, the biggest question we need to ask is, are we or are we not getting spectator mode?
Yes.
That is what I'm wondering as well, because they have yet to say anything for the PlayStation side. And it would be really nice for us to have something like that.
Because, like, continue.
I don't know what the actual problem they're having with it is, if they're having any sort of issues, or if PlayStation doesn't support that, or anything
there are
like
other
that.
games that support spectator modes, and like, which is why I'm really confused. Like, all the Call of Duties on PlayStation have had spectator mode, and not if you like, oh, you die. They have had like an actual straight up spectator mode where you can fly around following other people's cameras.
Yeah, like a free,
or
like
just flying around the map. A free camera that you can just use to tour around the map, getting an idea of what it looks like. And I don't know why just all of a sudden, either they're trying to figure out mapping the controls to a PlayStation, because the biggest thing that a lot of people, a lot of companies are that don't do stuff for the PlayStation 4 with certain features is PlayStation 4 has a touchpad which takes up a few different buttons that we used to have. It activates different things. In some games it acts as the options button, in others it activates something else.
As in Killzone Shadowfall, one of the first games to come out for PS4, you had a companion on the game that you used the touchpad to control. So it's definitely been used for...
So it's probably just like they're having trouble getting a successful map onto the spectator controls, most likely, and that's what I'm hoping it is. Instead of them just like, oh, console people, they don't really play good enough for it, so not even consoles, PlayStation people don't play good enough, so why do they really need it? They don't do that many clan stuff, they don't play that often, like, but...
Now, I mean, one of the main reasons I think it's a little bit delayed, us getting spectator and all, is mainly, or possibly because of the fact that I believe Xbox did have Smite before PlayStation did.
It did.
We were the last
I know
one.
that.
So I believe that maybe Xbox will be getting or more content before we do, and obviously PC will definitely get the content before.
Yeah, honestly, maybe they just don't have the time right now to be for PlayStation to be putting it on.
That could be a thing as well. I mean,
like, if you have the time for any of the other, if you have time to make it for one console, you should at least have half of your team working on getting it for the other one as well. Like,
yeah, you would think that
they would be doing what Warframe does.
Yeah, you would think that they would at least hold it off till both console sides could get it.
Yeah,
but
that is true.
Yeah, it just logically makes more sense.
But I don't know. I think there has been some esports things going on with Xbox though as well, because I don't believe there is a PlayStation esports team. I could be wrong about that.
Not just yet. I believe there is one that's trying to assemble and get enough members right now, but I don't think they have enough members to actually fully go into creating a league, and there just isn't enough of them. Like, I believe there's about like 30 to like 100 Xbox Ones at the moment, or at least the few we saw during the championships. But as far as I know, there may only be like 5 or 6 official like pro clans for Smite on PlayStation 3. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not exactly sure if that's true.
Well, if any of you guys do know in the comments, be sure to inform us if there is an actual PS4 esports team going,
Hey,
or
don't
if
lie.
there is one in development.
I hate
Then
lying.
be sure to inform us about that. But
For sure.
Yeah.
I guess right now I believe we can get into Terra.
Yes.
She's
One I've
very
been waiting for.
interesting.
The broken guardian, like we needed more of them.
The newest and seemingly broken guardian, yes.
Before we start touching on if she's broken or not, honestly, I don't feel like she's going to be a new Kabrekin. I really don't.
I don't think it's going to go that far. I'm not going to go that far to
Because
say
if you're
that.
talking about broken guardians, you automatically think either somebody going complete damage Amir, or just somebody, or just Kabrekin in general, even not with a damage build on.
Health, Kabrakin just destroys. If you use if you can get him up to like 3,500 health and use the staff, and it's just done.
No, definitely
and,
not.
Like, I don't think that she's broken. I just think she has a very strong ability-based kit, because all her abilities can be changed depending on if she dashes or chooses to destroy them. Because
Okay, wait, can I say
her
something?
walls. Go ahead, DP. What are you gonna say?
No, after you're done.
Because her walls, like the two stunning walls, if you choose to dash through them, they turn into basically like Medusa's spit. If you dash through it, it turns into a conal AoE, and you can also get your dash again to either get out or kill or destroy the other wall, getting more damage. And her pillar, it like heals allies while slowing enemies, or if you choose to destroy, it does a root, and it's I think like a 1 second tick of damage for I think it's like 15 damage in 1 second, I believe. But the one thing I will say that depending on how you build and put your team comp, her ultimate may be very, very strong, because your ability's not taking any sort of mana, and if you have somebody like a complete cooldown like Coco Khan, where they can basically spam a lot of their abilities, you're basically running them when it's an all-out assault, where you don't need to worry about mana. You can just constantly keep using your abilities for that brief amount of time. That's the only way I can really see any of her being OP, because unless go ahead, what were you gonna say?
I disagree with you there. I mean, I can see how someone would think she's balanced, but I don't think she's necessarily OP. I think she's going to be a really strong Conquest character, though.
Yeah, she's going to be a very strong team
Conquest,
player.
she's going to be extremely strong, in my opinion, just because
she's going to be a very
ultimate.
good ganking guardian as well.
That ultimate with the bonus healing, or not the bonus healing, but the giant heal you get from getting hit 4 times, I believe. 4 floating rocks are around you, and if you are hit 4 times, you get a giant,
just
pretty
like
giant heal,
Athena.
I'm assuming. And I think with the increased cooldowns, or the decreased cooldowns, not increased, but the decreased cooldowns, the movement speed bonus along with
the no mana consumption.
Infinite mana, the infinite mana no mana consumption for the time being. I believe it lasts 10 seconds. I could be wrong about that. I don't know what time or how long it lasts.
I think it's either 5 or 8 seconds.
Okay.
It's a relatively short, which is why I'm saying.
Well, that's pretty long. I mean, it's not.
It's
short,
long
but
if you're
in a team fight and your team's getting wailed on, it's definitely going to be a long time for the other.
Yeah,
is they're gonna want to see your health
she's going
go
to be
down.
great in team fight. She's going to be great for helping her team keep objectives, because the only way and hopefully God don't hear this, because if she had an Athena-like move where one of her abilities could send her across the map combined with her ultimate, yeah, definitely I could see somebody saying, oh my god, fucking get her out the game. Because that would just break it.
Let's get Scotty out of the game.
I'm seeing here
I'm joking.
is that they can change her abilities at like anytime, any day. They can nerf her anytime, any day. So the thing I'm saying is, I don't like. She might. We don't officially know yet. We can just see off of PC. She will be a balanced. She might be a balanced character because you see, you can build different things for her. You can build defense. You can build attack base. You can build basic attack base. You can spec lots of things with guard.
From what I understand, her base physical protections will at a higher level be much higher than her magical protections.
Yeah, she's made for countering like assassins and warriors.
Yes.
Somebody to actually finally go against some of the stronger characters. Like, she may actually be the one guardian that can literally stand there and take somebody like a Loki's attacks and actually be able to combat him while, until either one of them gets low enough health and they have to back off or outright kills the other. I feel like that's what she's made to do.
Well, I think about Terra. I mean, I've seen some gameplay of her. I've seen specifically some Conquest gameplay of her, and I watched this one guy, and I mean, I don't remember who it was, but just all the team fights. I couldn't see how like anybody would have lost any of the team fights. It might have been Incon. I believe it's Incon who I was watching play Terra.
Oh yeah.
But it's just every single team fight they were practically winning just because all she would have to do is put down her 3 and then ult.
Just smash it.
You put down your 3 and ult it, and you don't have to smash it because your 3 is so good for zoning. Considering your 3 literally takes up, or Terra's 3 literally takes up the whole side, or the whole size of the lane. You can place it down in the middle of somebody's tower, just blocking them off, and they don't want to step in it, because if they do, they're rooted, your team could charge in.
You're only rooted if she destroys it, though.
I know.
But she can be
that's
right
the thing.
there
if you
watching
keep the
from
heals
the
going, if you keep the heals going, and your team walks in, they can hit the tower, but if anybody walks into that, you can smash it, and they're rooted and pretty much screwed because your team can come in for the kills and clean up. She is great when it comes down to setting up kill opportunities.
Yeah,
so
she really
that
is
one of the main reasons why I think she's maybe not broken, but she's going to be definitely one of the more stronger and more, definitely more chosen picks in possibly the pro leagues or just Conquest in general, ranked Conquest. You may not see a lot of her in ranked, let me just say.
Yeah, because I feel right now, the best picks for Conquest have at least always been Ares to really grab an enemy team if they're trying to do something, like drag them off of Fire Giant or Gold Phoenix so you can set up the kill opportunities for your teams. Somebody that could either like, or even Athena, gets to somebody else's lane if they need her, giving them the mitigation and damaging enemies when she lands. Anybody that has some sort of helpful either world ult, like Athena's, or a very damaging pull like Ares is. And those who have at least seen a lot when I'm not playing with y'all, seen a lot in Conquest, them choosing certain gods that have very powerful and strong, not just not just ultimates, but kits that can help defend their teammates, like Ares' Chain. If you're running Soul Reaver, that can completely damage you just by itself. It can melt other Guardians almost sometimes, depending on what they're running with it. But her, I can definitely see her. She's a definitely great zoner. She's great for setting up. Her with a Loki, I can definitely see being a very, very broken combination in terms of her just putting up her walls and detonating it, slamming, basically stunning you, allowing Loki to get the kill. Or even her with a very good ADC like on her or Ho Yi in the beach lane, being able to basically combat anything that comes towards them.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely can see where you're coming from. Any other thoughts on Terra?
So my thought is on Terra. She can be like one of the best Guardians that Smite has ever had right now. Like I'm saying, like Sturmax, I get what you're saying, but like Ares is a great team fighter. Like
No,
say
Shadow,
if like
I'm just trying to
like
listen. Sorry.
oh sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
so like so the thing is like say like Fire Giant, like you said, Fire Giant. So like say if there's a Loki and he just randomly appears at Fire Giant, see the team there, and there can be an Athena just right there. She could just take the whole team. But Terra, that can be a whole different situation with a team fight. Now, if Terra went to a team fight, popped her 3, popped those 2 walls and like stun someone, you know that freaking ADC will just melt somebody, or like an arachnid. That girl will just wreck somebody if they're stunned. So like that's what I'm saying for right now.
And I agree with that, but I also like to take into factor that it's not always the god that's broken or extremely good. Sometimes
No, it's the
all
items.
about
Yeah.
not always that either, because you can have somebody with like go completely off meta build for a character and still dominate. It's also about the skill of the person playing it. Because remember, the footage that most people saw of Terra in the Conquest, it was of high res players, so they know what to build on her. They know how she plays. And unless you're constantly there watching that, okay, I do this and this and this, you're either going to play it how you want to or not going to play it how they did as well. Because at the end of it, it's, okay, new god, let me try her out. Okay, so I like doing this with this, and see how it works. And if it works, that's what most people do, because I hear a lot of people, and even in some of my comments, like on my videos and streams when I'm not with y'all, saying, oh my god, why do you play Fenrir like that? Why do you play Kuma like that? And just like, at the end of the day, it's just how I play is a combo I've found that works quite well, and not much you can do about that. And if the person actually does do well by doing that, just like, oh, okay, that works for her. Let me try doing this the same way they do that. So it's also about that and the team's communication, because a well-coordinated ult on anyone, a Shiva Longquay especially, can either push enemies back or just completely shut down a team's push. And I know you love Shiva Longquay, DP, but dude, a well-timed Shiva Longquay on Conquest is a horrifying thing to see.
That's why I really want to start practicing with him, just in case. Like, say if there's like if a Scotty, I'll play Scotty, but like, it's like, say if there's like a Loki or something, like I'm not gonna always be able to help. So that's why I really want to train with Chibalanke to see the perfect time, the perfect time to pop your ult, the perfect time to use your abilities, and the perfect time to shut down the person.
And that's with any god.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's with any god, actually.
But the best time for, like, popping a Shiba ult is, like, one of your teammates or even you is getting chased down, or you're chasing somebody else. Because
so they can get slow,
they either
so
have,
they can
right,
stand still
they,
and get
they have a
stunned.
choice. It's either you stand still and just take the damage and possibly die, or you just continue running and hope you make it to your tower or back to your base in time to recall or without getting stunned. Those are your two options when you're fighting a Shiba, especially one that has their ult up already.
I mean, I will say, I agree with DP's point because a lot of the time, a lot of console players get a bad rep for either being terrible at certain games or just have an extremely rude and over-aggressive community. Which, I mean,
and honestly,
isn't
not
a
to
lie.
bash, well, yeah, not to bash on anyone because I have friends that play Xbox, but I feel like a lot of that is more people not realizing that Xbox and PlayStation are very different, because I feel a lot of the more toxic community is on Xbox, because I've been with my friends, like, and we did like a split screen Call of Duty, and I'm just like, okay, I play Call of Duty on PlayStation, it's never this bad. Just like, I was amazed on just like how bad it really was, because just like, I've heard the whole thing,
all
like,
the channels are in the description below.
Well, the reason is that they're so aggressive is you know how many famous people are on Xbox Call of Duty, right? You know, like billions famous people on Xbox.
But that shouldn't change anything.
No, that changes a lot of things on Xbox. I played Xbox before I went on PlayStation, dude. You don't know how many people, freaking what's his name, joined it. Nadeshot joined one of the freaking things. Even though you don't like those people, but I don't like them either. This guy was like, oh, I'm about to go so try hard right now. I'm just pull out, I'm just get everybody. This dude died once. Do you not know my headset broke from him?
And that's another thing, like, most of the time, unless the players, like, because I have gone into games with, like, friends or just with randoms that turn out to be, like, they're actually making straight up military call-outs, like Tango over here, things like that, like, like amazing call-outs I've never heard, like, somebody, even on the actual team, say. And unless I start hearing that from them, I usually just mute everybody, because I don't want to deal with hearing some little kid whine or just somebody raging out or playing or blasting their music, because that's, to me, that's everybody on Xbox most of the time that I hear. It's just like some stoner or whatever blasting their music from freaking their lowrider outside, or
yeah, exactly.
Or some little kid yelling at
about
somebody
how he did an older guy's mom. Yeah.
Yeah, because I really do feel like PlayStation and consoles gets a bad rep because of Xbox, and I'm not like saying that everybody on Xbox is that toxic. Yeah. It's,
see, the thing is, I think me and Xbox, us and Xbox, so are kind of just two forms of the same mind, perhaps. I mean, I think PC, obviously, they view us as console. PC Master Race, we're console. We're this one thing. No matter what the other version of us do, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But the thing about, I think, PlayStation players, we aren't necessarily as vocal, but I think Xbox players are definitely people, maybe they may have a more toxic community, but I think Xbox players definitely do try to be the best they are. They are tryhards, and that is not a thing that is negative. I mean, it's a thing that...
Oh, he's not... Assassin's not streaming, he's just recording.
You can kind of commend them on just because of how... just because how hard they'll try to win a game, and a lot of pro teams are on Xbox. I mean,
well, you know, Xbox is where the word tryhard came from.
True. And
that started in like 2010. People were just like, oh, I'm going to try hard, and nobody in Xbox community know what that was until 2012.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think PlayStation players could take a little of something from Xbox. I think Xbox players could take a little something from PlayStation.
Yeah,
I think
because
we'll both become better communities if maybe PlayStation put as much work into maybe trying, or I just think PlayStation may not be as worried as winning as a lot of other people are. But I think most of the misconception comes from the majority of the Call of Duty community.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
The Call of Duty community, they're very different when it comes down to MMOs and some of the type of games we play. MMOs are more strategic when games like Call of Duty and first-person shooters, they're more
run, gun,
aggressive.
Shoot as many people you can.
I mean, scientifically, it has been proven that colors are kind of decide who's winning, believe it or not. This is actually pretty interesting. I mean, it's basically where colors like red represent obviously more of an aggressive
danger, blood, fear, things like that.
Just anger type things, and games like Call of Duty and like esports type things for that, most of the time, or it's been proven that mostly you have a higher likely chance of winning if you're on a red team, perhaps. So things like Halo, if you were on the red team, you would have a higher chance of winning, statistically. And things like MMOs, if you're on a blue team, so for Smite, it would be the order side. If you're on the order side, statistically, your mind will sort of, I guess, feel like it needs to be more strategic. Like blue represents a strategic,
calmer sense of being.
Calmer and just more an outright thinking sense of being, yeah. And it can actually, kind of the same thing with Team Valor, Team Mystic, and Team Instinct. You can kind of learn a lot about your personality by just finding out like what side you picked. Like, I'm not gonna obviously say that like more people on Team Valor are aggressive people, because obviously that is just generalizing, and I don't want to say that, but I just want to say statistically, if you are an aggressive person, you may lean towards Team Valor due to the fact that it's represented with the color red.
1 second.
Or if you value maybe just aggression over statistical thinking, you may pick Team Valor. And I mean, Mystic people could obviously choose blue because they feel that they need to be more strategic. And I mean, Pokemon Go is kind of a strategic game, so more people will probably pick Team Mystic. That is probably one of the main reasons why Team Mystic is leading, just because most people will feel more comfortable picking blue because of Pokemon Go being more based around
to see if there
being a
was
calm,
PS4 sports team
thinking
and did
environment
not find
rather than
anything
an
about
aggressive,
it.
murder everything environment.
Breaking news. I just got a comment from one of my viewers saying that he looked to see if there were any PS4 esports teams, and there is none at the current time.
There is none? Wow.
There is none. There's not any.
Well, give a shout out to that guy,
few.
because that's really cool. Thank you for actually helping us out with that.
Yeah, seriously.
Not making us look stupid.
I could have sworn I heard, like, from some crack in the wall that there was some sort of team trying to be assembled, or like trying to get their legs, but like
just their.
But
I mean, either way, that goes to show like that Xbox would pretty much be more valued over PlayStation, just because, you know, Xbox is going to be making them more money because esports.
But I mean, I've been holding this for a little, because I honestly feel that compare in consoles, Xbox goes for the win, while PlayStation, most of us just play, either get a little better or just play for fun. Like, either okay, today I'm gonna do this, or, you know, dude, I just feel like getting on this game, you wanna join me, let's just do whatever, and just screw around for a little bit.
Yeah, nothing's too big of a deal for us.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
It's
until people start realizing, look at what most of the people, because like, if you actually, I looked at this a while ago.
It's okay.
Most of the game sales for PlayStation has been like just fun little games. Like, for a while, Little Big Planet 2 and 3 were the most sold games on PlayStation.
Was it 2 and 3? I would expect it to be 1 and 2, just because I think
2
3
and
kind of
3.
fell off. Really?
3 fell off a little after, just like how 2 did. Honestly, Little Big Planet fell off quite a lot after maybe like 2 years of you playing it.
Yeah,
but
there was a lot of it kind of got overflowed with a bunch of like copied content, and there was no unique actual things going on.
And what the whole like big boom for 3 is you can now travel between mid-4 and background. That was an amazing feature. I have to commend them on.
It was definitely a very interesting feature. It definitely added more depth to the game. The only problem was that
not enough.
I think the only problem, it just like I said, I mean, the game got like overflowed with copied content. There was no unique like online levels you could actually find other than the story mode, and and there weren't really any new creators, I think, motivated to really
get back on it,
or at least create anything new, just because there was always that fear that they wouldn't get on like the front page, or I forget how the whole thing worked. I forget what it was called, but
welcome to the podcast, guys.
There was
I agree with that. Like,
and there was it's just
I
don't know. It started getting really sad near the end, because there were some amazing levels that went back when I was actually playing Little Big Planet. There were some very amazing levels. There was some really cool creators that were they put a lot of work into it, and it's kind of a shame how a lot of their work would get copied and posted, and they wouldn't even get any recognition for that. So I think a lot of creators lost motivation due to that. I think they could have tried, or the developers could have tried to make that make it a better way so they could
This guy's sniping everybody.
Get people recognized, but
and yeah, I completely agree. Like, I even made like 2 levels that made it onto the front page, and like it was basically okay, you know, the whole like shark survival where you're just running across the little bridges. I made an even harder version of that where you had to basically keep dipping and diving underneath the water in these small little barriers to keep yourself alive, versus this giant shark that most of the land was water with this small pillar on the other side for you to get to. I made that as the first one, and I made a second one where it's basically you had to do that against multiple smaller versions of the shark. And the first one was so popular that I just like, okay, like people like this one, let me try and make another one because people apparently really like that level. Let me try and get it again. I come back like maybe a week later and I see the exact same background, the exact same settings on somebody else's level. And then I look at it because I even kind of like did stenciled my name into like one of the sharks just as a little joke, and it was even there. And
Hey,
so I'm like,
is it
okay,
cool
that's
if we hang
not
out
cool
with
though.
these
But
guys
yeah,
more?
it's just like, okay, what are we
Yeah,
gonna do? Like these, like what are you going to do? You can't just like ban and kick people off of a game that they pay for. It's not like it's not like how in MOBAs, like most of them are free to play anyway. You can just like, okay, you have a penalty period for leaving or doing this or whatever. And you can't do like a strike system like how YouTube or Twitch has it, where you get this amount of like shouts that you've been doing something wrong, because you paid for the game. You paid for the game, so in the long run, if you end up kicking them out, you're basically just taking their money and saying, go fuck yourself.
Okay, wait. Wait.
I
What?
mean, I wouldn't say that's true because stealing other people's content is a crime, and
Yes, I completely agree with that.
I think it should be punished by some way.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't
like,
think it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have gone untouched as much, or for as long as it was.
I completely agree with that, though. I'm just saying, like, you can't do it like how you can't just like, oh, you're permanently banned from playing this game forever, bye, because that would be a very unfair punishment, even if they did try and copy somebody's level.
Yeah.
Like, because, like I said, it's literally just like saying, oh, we're go take your money, go fuck yourself. See ya.
Yeah, but I mean, back onto the topic of Smite. I mean, one thing that was really interesting that they did was when they took out the freaking 450 pods. I mean, I want to talk about that. I really do, because
that was a shocker for a lot of people.
It definitely changed the setting of ranked duel a lot, and I think a lot of people kind of want to hear other people's opinions on that, because not many people really talked about that.
I'm surprised, like, even like Rain Day
a little bit, but
didn't even talk about that.
Because it definitely changed a lot of people's starter builds. It changed because everybody would either go like Death Toll Red Pot or Bluestone Red Pot, and I mean, the thing is that it was extremely risky because you had to feel confident enough that you would not get first blooded on, and you could secure a first blood using that, so you could have so you could snowball with your red pot.
Right.
And if you lost it, they would snowball on you, and I mean, it'd be extremely hard to come back from that. So I think Hi-Rez saw that, and I think they wanted that to change somehow. But what are your thoughts on that?
I feel like,
what-
yeah, I completely agree with that. Maybe they thought they wanted to change it somehow, but I also think they did it because if you were going into ranked and you wanted to just
Ask
test
them
pure
if they
skill to see if you
canceled
could combat
about
somebody that may be a
Golden
higher
Bow
rank than
being
you,
taken out.
and they pop a pot like right in front of you and just get that massive damage boost that it gave you. But you didn't buy one just because, like, oh, you didn't know what the meta for ranked was. That's a little unfair, in my opinion, because just to, like, okay, I'm gonna go this, that way I have an advantage in case this person does or does not know to buy a pot because they want to get their items.
Okay.
Because that doesn't make sense to me.
One of my viewers has a question. If you guys want to answer it.
Sure.
What are you guys' opinions on Golden Bow being removed from the game?
No, don't ask me that question. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Me
Ironically enough, DP played the character who would fucking use
really need it
the most. Not need it, but use it the most.
Yeah.
My opinion on Golden Bow removal is, I think they took a step in the right direction. I don't think it needed to really. I don't know.
Be removed.
I think maybe they could have changed it again, but Golden Bow is kind of one of those on-off things that really they couldn't get right. So
Yeah.
I can understand removing it, just because it was buffed, it was nerfed, it was buffed again.
And then just said, screw it, take it out. My opinion is...
I think
like,
they had... Or... They had one of those moments on it, and... I mean, a lot of us were pretty much worried for Mercury, because, like, Mercury, we were like, oh man, he's gonna be completely useless, but I'm glad they ended up buffing him.
Buffing him, and are going to buff him again soon, with the new update.
Yeah, they are actually going to buff him, I believe, in the Force of Nature update, so...
Yeah, and my opinion on the whole removal... I'm a little excited for it. My opinion on it is just... Okay, the real place I saw this Golden Bow being unfairly powerful is definitely in ranked, especially ranked duel. Because they don't even need, like, have somebody like Jing Wei or somebody with a big lane clear that, or something that buffs their basics, like, I'm just gonna use Jing Wei as a jam. Yeah, you can literally center that on one minion and you clear the entire lane in one shot. And move your minions without them even taking any damage. Like, that is where I definitely would see it being extremely powerful and a little broken, because...
Yeah, because Golden Bow was definitely far too strong, just in terms of wave clear. Because, I mean, in just a matter of a couple shots, you could get the whole wave, all that XP. I mean, it's kind of how Loki is. He's very strong in clearing waves because
you don't need minion poke.
Yeah, you don't take minion poke. You don't really have to worry about confronting the enemy at all, and you can save your abilities instead of using them for lane clear and use them against the enemy god, obviously.
Right.
And if one god uses their lane clear ability, and an ADC literally basic attacks a couple times, so they have their full kit up. It's easy for them to kit dump, especially when some gods have to use multiple abilities to lane clear because they have a crappy early game. Gods like
Kuma.
Some of the weaker gods in Joust 1v1, or even just Joust in general.
Yeah.
But mages, definitely, they had trouble lane clearing a lot. I mean, there's just because they have, you know, pretty crap early games. Like mages, their end game's really good, but it's just getting there that's the issue. My take on Golden Bow was that definitely, yeah, it needed to be removed. in my opinion. There was no way they could have brought it
And
back.
they tried fixing it before, and it just made it stronger. So it was either you take it out completely, or even just like limit it to only like early game stuff, and then it's just gone, and then you have to take it out because the passive gets removed or something.
Yeah,
or even
so,
just remove the passive in general.
Yeah.
So the thing I'm saying is that sometimes I'm actually very glad they removed Golden Bow. It's because one time I was playing on her, the character who really needed Golden Bow.
Oh, fucking on her, man.
This guy had Hoi. This guy had Hoi, Golden Bow, Wind Demon, Deathbringer, Rage, and Malice. Didn't even get close to the guy. I'm trying to leap one shot, boom, crit. He had like a 500% hit crit chance, literally. Like there was this what's it called in my game? This Loki in my game, because I wasn't playing Loki. This dude went behind him. He turned around, boom, boom, he dead.
Like no. But honestly, DP, be happy that you weren't playing Smite when Golden Bow actually gave crit chance. Because
I was.
That's all.
That's the moment I'm talking about.
Oh god. Oh god.
I mean, literally Golden Bow. And I mean, me being, I played Uller a lot. I played Uller ability based, and you know, it's very challenging to hit your abilities, especially on ADCs with like that bonus movement speed.
Sounds good, Shadow.
Because I mean, it was like a bonus 55% movement speed, wasn't it, or something like that? Not 55%, but 55 movement speed. And
then they would run Fatalis and just start zipping all around the map.
And what was I gonna say? The thing is, like, you could've. It was way easier for them to poke you, because if they hit a minion near you, you'd get poke from that.
It was like 50% of the actual damage. Like half of it would get directed right towards you.
Yeah, and just the fact that it's damage period is just crazy, considering you'll already be at a disadvantage since your health is way lower than, or maybe not way lower, but lower than the person you're going against. And me running an ability-based Uller, I wouldn't use Golden Bow.
So you're
like the only thing I really use
advances like
to
that.
counter. Yeah, like the only thing I would really use to counter other ADCs with is Kins, just because Kins
For
just
the
gives
audio
you
attack.
insane auto attack damage. But even though you could get poked by just hitting the minions around them, you could get poked by just any way possible. It was extremely annoying. So that's basically all I really have to say on Golden Bow currently, though.
Well, the reason is that I actually respected the way they removed it. Like Sturmax said, they did like most of like the past 5 updates they did. If you looked at it, it said Golden Bow passive change. Golden Bow crit chance is now over. It was like 5 updates. They kept doing it. They kept changing Golden Bow. But then like they were like, oh yeah, man, I'm just getting tired of changing this Golden Bow every update, man. I'm just getting tired of this, so we're just gonna remove it out the game. And you see how like lots of people were depressed about that because Golden Bow was like their main thing in their build. So like
it was the
like,
hunter meta, and
yeah, and like one dude, he has what's his name, Diamond. Oh, I forgot his name. Dang it, Rom Diamond, and he used Golden Bow on him. Well, not the guy. It's a YouTuber. He had him Diamond, and then it was like, oh dang it, I used Golden Bow a lot because of the passive and because of the stats. And so like it took him like a day to change his build. Like his whole like he was in like practices all day. Like he was filming everything he had to do. And like everything changed. Like that changed lots of things about ADCs.
And I understand that, but the thing about Golden Bow was that
oh my god,
And
Lancer
then
had
Lancer
left.
left, yeah.
Oh, damn, we need to make a 4 now.
So,
And yeah, I agree with you, and it makes sense.
but
But
I was
to
gonna say
touch on
something
it,
about
okay.
it. But one thing was that, like, Golden Bow was I forget what I was gonna say. It was, I don't know. Can you just continue your point, Sturmax, because I forgot what I was gonna say.
And okay,
Help me out with that.
and y'all know how I feel about this. I hate the word itself. I hate metas. That literally to me just means if you don't run it, you're gonna lose. That is all that means to me, cause
Pretty much.
like, okay,
It's all-
meta, literally, so, okay, who's the meta for solo lane in Conquest? It's either you go a very strong, sustainable warrior, or you go a Loki. And
And the thing is, like, Loki isn't... I mean, Loki's strong, but you definitely gotta, like, know how to play passive. Loki's main reason for being in solo lane is because he can get safe farm because he doesn't have to take
minion poke, exactly. Just the fact, like, I honestly hate that Loki ability. If it didn't attract minions, yes, if it didn't attract minions, I would have no problem with it. I really would. If they had turned it into, like, some sort of, like, kind of like, and yeah, I'm gonna make the comparison, like how Loki, that, or like how Loki is in Warframe. If he uses his teleport, he can teleport to that. Like, because honestly, I feel if you don't use it for the minion wave, it's a useless ability to have. Because that's the
Well, yeah,
only
I
reason
use
I
it for
see
the
it.
minion wave and sometimes to get away because, like, you can get, like, this person I was facing in the arena chasing me down, he wanted the booty. So then I fucked my decoy, went invisible. He was like, oh, what is that Loki doing? Where'd he go? And he was like, oh,
And
he's
honestly,
attacking
I
me.
don't see how anybody would fall for it. Like,
Yeah, I don't get it either. I was like, whoa, how do I just get away from that guy with invisibility and decoy? Wasn't he right
Now,
in
you
front of me,
see,
so he still see me?
like, one of my biggest complaints on Golden Bow in general was that
Improbably
the whole
gonna
ADC
get
build
back
was fucked.
around
Like,
5.
the whole ADC build in general was pretty much just broken as
Golden
well
Bow.
because just it was way cheaper
6.
in total gold. Like the ADC build is pretty much just consisted of Golden Bow, Kins, Soul Eater,
Sounds good, Shadow.
Like, yeah, you didn't even need to run trans. A lot of people are stacking trans now because
Golden Bow ain't a thing.
Golden Bow's gone, but you didn't need trans. I mean, Kins was literally your damage. And I mean, Golden Bow pretty much was your trans. You would get some boots for movement speed. You would get... And I mean, it would vary depending on what you were, that whether you would get like something like Fatalis, and though you really didn't need it. You could get, what's it called? You could get Ichabod, you could get...
And honestly, I find Ichabod a lot more useful for hunters than Golden Bow really was. Because
Dude, yeah, I
being
use
able to
Ichabod now.
increase your damage just by hitting somebody and stack that with like something like Fatalis, that's a great combination.
Yeah, and I mean, and then like you would run like 2 crit items, which I mean, they weren't really that expensive if you went like Malice. I mean, you could go Malice and
Rage.
Deathbringer, or just Rage and Deathbringer, and I mean, that's probably the cheapest you'd go. But, my whole problem with it was just it was extremely cheap. They would always nearly finish their build before you would finish yours, and
Yeah. And even if you had like a really good build that worked for you, no, it's not the meta, so you automatically lose every encounter. Just because you're, oh, you didn't have the minion poke, or, oh, you didn't have this or this.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, Crimson, I was gonna ask you if you have anything else to say before we actually leave this topic.
Well, I wasn't around that long whenever Golden Bow was around, but from what I understood from it, it was just horrible, in my opinion.
It really was.
I agree.
It was just, I mean, it was good if it was on your side.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Well,
like,
yeah, of course, everything is good if it's on your side.
And yeah, I know DP, you had that whole quote, but I wouldn't even do Golden Bow to anybody. It's just an unfair advantage, especially in ranked. It's just.
Well, yeah, in ranked, that's a whole nother situation. Now, people in ranked, oh, Kermit's got now. So the people in ranked, they're just like I watched before I like started playing like Smite. Well, I was playing Smite. By the time I was like rank 10, I was like, oh, what is this thing called ranked? I started looking it up on YouTube. Saw this video. There was this whole Yi in ranked Golden Bow versus this Loki. He demolished him. Just Golden Bow just demolished everything. Didn't it do like if you attack one thing, it did area damage?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that was the broken part about it.
And honestly, just in ranked, hunters are just fucking meta incarnate.
Meta anyway, yeah.
Cause they could do like, and especially Ho Yi, cause if you were going against another hunter, he is the 1v1 king. His passive allows him like to not get crit on if you even do like a little bit of damage to him, and it just basically breaks all your basically attack plans on, okay, I'm gonna do this and hopefully I get a crit and he'll be dead by time that part.
The funny is, thanks. We're doing a podcast right now, so.
And
oh man, we're kind of like hop out for a little bit because
I thought we were gonna hop him in here. So.
Yeah, he sent me an invite.
Well, here. So. Fucking double bursa, fuck you.
We're gonna need you to be quiet though for the time being.
Alright, so next topic off of Golden Bow.
And so, what's the next topic we're gonna talk about today?
Yeah.
Well, I did actually want to finish something because we did kind of get off topic with the whole Golden Bow thing, but.
Okay.
Or, I mean, we did make it pretty lengthy, but I did want to talk about red pots. I wanted to talk about the new effects we get with red pot. We get because when it's going to be added back into the game, or 450 pots. They're going to be viable at level 7. They're going to be 450 as well. And we do get some new added bonuses.
Meaning
you get bonus power, or at least you get obviously the bonus power. But red pot gives you specifically bonus penetration as well, along with your power. And I believe it gives you some other effects, but I don't entirely remember. I do know that you get, with purple pot, though, you get more power, you get cooldown reduction, and you get something else. It's like three effects for each of them, and a lot of people are saying that the new pots are very strong.
I can already agree, because the fact that you get like extra pen, like,
yeah.
Okay, I hate you, Bursas.
But you were saying?
Just the fact that you get like extra pen, that by itself sounds like a complete game changer. Like, it's the fact that you can just straight up get extra penetration just by getting some small little random pot or like health thing. It's just seems incredibly strong and unnecessary, at least right now.
So I noticed for the red pots now, you get extra penetration, extra thing. So you're saying, if I run 2 penetration items, I will get twice the amount?
I don't remember how much penetration you actually do get.
Oh, okay.
But I do know you do get,
a hefty amount.
Not necessarily hefty, but
enough that
I do
you
know
might notice
it's
it.
definitely going to be game changing.
Ooh.
Definitely. Like if you were to go against someone who didn't buy red pot, and I'm assuming the new meta is going to be like at rank 7, everybody's going to try to get to rank 7 as quick as possible in ranked 1v1 joust so they can get that red pot.
Like, it was already bad enough that you could literally start the game off with it. Now you're going to be a lot stronger. Now you're going to be a lot stronger, and you're getting extra cooldown, penetration, and damage off the bat.
No, I feel like they did not want to remove that stuff because of the early game. I feel like they wanted to remove that to add that back is because so they can become more powerful as level 10. Like say at level 10, like when I'm mostly at level 10 in the match, I'm halfway through my build, and some of like two things in my build is mostly penetration, because there's going to be like mostly a tank always in the game. And see, like plus that amount, that's a lot of penetration.
Yeah, and penetration, just like running 2 pen items, is incredibly strong by itself.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't see a reason for them to need to add something that gives you a temporary pen boost. It's like...
Okay.
And that's just...
I mean, I guess that covers red pots. Crimson, you can say anything on the topic if you want.
No, I'm good. You guys pretty much covered everything I would have said.
Alright.
I hate you, Bursus.
So,
I hate you, Bursus.
Alright, so this is going to be the Warframe part of the stream. Alright, Warframe part of the podcast / stream. That some of us are doing. So, this is going to be where we're talking about Warframe. If you're not a Warframe player or are interested in Warframe, you don't have to listen any further. But if you just like listening to our voices, you can stay tuned.
But we hope you have enjoyed what we have said so far and the knowledge.
And those who are into Warframe
Bursos?
and not into Smite, thank you for patiently waiting.
Yes.
So, DevStream 78 was released, or not released, but DevStream 78 was, happened yesterday. From the day we are actually recording this. So,
it's the
that
stream
would
from Warframe.
be August 6th. I can speak correctly. August 6th.
I hate Bursus so much.
We all do.
Dude, no, there's literally just 3 of them right now, and I can't do anything.
So first of all, I would like to start off with those who are worried on console and did not get to actually see the dev stream. It's obviously on the Warframe YouTube channel. They archive all their streams. You can go watch it there. and I mean us will be doing a little bit of a recap. But they did say, now this wasn't in the stream, but it was in prime time.
With Megan
the most
and
recent
Rebecca.
prime time. Yeah, with Megan and Rebecca, it was the most recent one. But they mentioned when Spectres of the Rail was coming out for consoles.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Spectres of the Rail will be coming out for consoles Monday.
This Monday?
But it will be out today technically, because today is, or Monday
Sunday.
is when I'm going to be uploading this video.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be today for you guys, but it will be Monday for us.
Okay,
Now,
so...
with that being said, there's a lot of stuff they mentioned, and a lot of interesting stuff to cover.
Because I unfortunately was not able to catch the stream, at least the entirety of it.
Yeah, a couple of us weren't, so it's
The first
definitely
entire thing I really want to say about this is that I'm actually very excited for the Spectres of the Rail. Now, the real thing is, when is the real world thing coming out? I love how they're changing stuff, and like they're changing most of the glitches. Well, not most of the glitches, not even 2% of the glitches, but they're fixing like a couple good glitches. And like I'm actually very
the quest.
Yeah.
Where is
And
my quest?
Yes, and the augments, they're changing augments and all of this stuff like that.
They'll also be adding a few, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think they're gonna add one for Ash. I think they're gonna add one more for Ash.
Okay.
now.
I think.
Now,
No, I don't know.
what I did want to ask you guys though is, what are you guys expecting with the Spectres of the Rail update? What are you guys
Well,
looking forward to?
I've heard the whole new void system. I'm actually really excited to see how that all
Yes.
works out.
I am
Because-
very excited for the relic though.
Mostly,
that-
I'm just excited for that. Mostly, I'm just excited to
I'm
see how the
excited
void
for
is.
the entirety of the update. I'm excited for the new new map.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited
pretty cool.
for the new relic system. I'm excited for... Also, a thing about the void is that the void will still be there, just so you know. It's
Yeah,
not getting
it's just gonna be like for
blown
farming.
up. It'll
like,
be a
levels.
playable area, and... Now, I'm not sure how much you guys do know about the relic system, but the relic system corrupts all the enemies on the map, or pretty much
Yes.
the enemies around the, I believe, tear is what
Are
it's referred
void enemies.
Meaning,
So, how do you guys feel about corrupted stalker? Possibly
There's
being
gonna be a
thing?
corrupted stalker.
I'm not
Oh.
sure, but a lot of people are talking about it. Or maybe corrupted Bursas, or
Or Vor.
corrupted, not Vor, but
like,
If there's
Corrupted.
gonna be a corrupted stalker,
corrupted,
if there's gonna be a corrupted, if there's
because
gonna
I
be a
believe
corrupted
because there can
Bursta,
be void
I'm
tears.
honestly leaving.
Well, I mean, there can be void tears in the void.
Well, yeah,
So
yeah.
There
But
can
they-
be corrupted, which is strange. But
so
yeah, every single enemy should be able to be corrupted. I don't believe there will be any void tears on boss fights though, so we won't see any of that. I don't believe.
okay.
No,
So
there's
what
gonna be
you're
like
saying?
there's gonna be like a guardian. There's
So
gonna
what
be
you're
a
saying-
guardian.
So what you're saying is basically, if you're holding one of the relics, like how they have the slumbering dragon and stuff, the enemies around you are going to get turned into basically the void enemies.
No, enemies around the void tear will be changed to corrupted type enemies.
Okay, that you said the whole
there's
relic
going to
thing.
be
That's
a
what.
tear on a certain mission, and you go to that mission, and I don't really know how the entire thing works. You,
Like,
I believe you collect, or you just.
so there's going
I
to
really
be
don't know how
basically
the
a
actual
subvoid.
doing things work, but I do know that the enemies around the tear get corrupted, and at the end of the game you can choose one of your teammates' items, or that they get, or
Yeah, Sturmax, I swear, if you steal one of my items, I'm gonna be pissed.
So basically, it's going to be kind of like the tears in, what was it, like the second Dream, not second Dream Quest. I can't remember, like, what
Nada?
mission quest. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Where you basically could go back in time and see how the void was before it was all broken down.
Nope, that was the second dream.
Probably
Dream?
not.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't the second dream. That was those
Wasn't
are
that
the
the
new Void
update?
spy missions.
Yeah, that was the new voice spy missions, I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Or not
yeah,
Void
that's
spy
what,
missions, but the Moon spy missions. Never mind.
yeah, that's what it was.
Now
And so is it gonna be like that, or are we just getting teleported immediately to the void?
I don't think so. No, that's not how it's going to work. You're not going to be taking any step in the void. You're going to be collecting things, and you're going to close the void
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you're gonna
Okay.
have to put the relic. The only way the void tear can work is if you put the relic inside of it. Then
You have
at
to-
the end, yeah. And then at the end of it, you get, like, say don't you know how the sabotage gives you like a Vulcan Prime piece?
Yeah.
You will get a random piece out of the relic. It like you will see like the, say, like Paris Prime blueprint, Trinity Prime chassis, and Vulcan Prime helmet.
Someone calls
You will
or
get something random out of those three.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's basically Spectres of the Rail. All you PC players know what that is. So
Hate you a
know
little
what
bit
that's
because
gonna
we've
be
got
like,
before
but-
us. We've been waiting for how, like, maybe
yeah,
like
we've
2
been waiting
weeks
for
for
a while.
this.
I'm
2
definitely
weeks.
not gonna try and think about War Within because I know it's gonna be a long way, but
Ooh.
everything else that we are going to be talking about is War Within related. So all this stuff will be in the War Within. So you PC people, get your ears open and ready to listen because this is stuff coming to you guys first anyway. So now, Syndicate Melees, I believe they are supposed to be coming in with Warzone. So, Syndicate Melees, I believe the Syndicate Melee weapons are, and I am doing this off of memory, so don't quote me on everything, but I believe we are getting a Vacor Sidon for Steel Meridian, a for Arbiters of Hexus we will be getting a Telos Boltace for
Why is
Cephalon
that much?
Suda.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Remind me what the what?
Very
I'm sorry.
disrespectful.
The-
Cephalon Suda. We are getting
Is it the what's it called? That giant the hammer? What's the hammer you call you?
Fragor.
like I said, we
Fraggle
are
isn't-
getting no, we are getting a Cyanoid Heliocore for Cephalon Suda.
Oh yes, I know Helios. I want that.
For the parent sequence, we are getting Secura Lecta. So the Lecta, the electric whip.
Oh, the
That-
electric whip.
It's an alright weapon. I'm not sure how it's gonna be when it's Securified, but no one knows. Rock the Dark Dagger. I believe it's the Rock the Dark Dagger. It could
That
be the
one-
Rock the Dark Sword, though. I'm not sure. Don't
I'm
quote me on
honestly
that.
not super excited for the Rock the Dark Dagger or Sword, because honestly, I'm not a very big fan of the dark weapon, because
Well, I think we can redeem. I think they can redeem themselves. I think they can redeem the Dark.
I don't think so, because Like, yeah, they could possibly redeem themselves, but unless you...
Okay. I'm sorry, I had to mute him. I mean, he's not in the podcast. So
Like,
I don't want him talking.
like, unless they, like, pop some, like, puncture or, like, splash damage on it, the Dark Daggers and radiation in general doesn't do that much. It just turns the enemy, once you kill them, into a smoldering pile of pulp. Yeah, it looks cool when you kill them with radiation, but what does it really do? Because, especially in like dojo PvP, the Dark Dagger is useless.
Yeah, definitely.
All it does is a quick, like, blinding light, and then that's it. Because unless they, like, completely overhaul, like, what radiation does before this update comes out, or when the update comes out, it's not gonna be very viable, in my opinion.
But you see, the thing is, radiation is really good. I mean, it's good for enemies like Grenier. I mean, the thing is, it may not be radioactive.
Well,
like I said, it's a completely different weapon. It can change in any way they want it to.
Well, if it's going to be like I know that like weapons have been always slightly different, but they usually still have similarities to their base, like their base stuff. So I don't.
What is the problem?
Don't see. I just don't see the point of what it's really going to do, because in my opinion, radiation isn't the strongest element combination. Like, if they turned it into something like maybe like blast, or like turned it into like or into like a poison dagger, like or into poison, like that would be a little more useful in my opinion, because at least those can extremely chip away at somebody's health quite a bit if you have enough of it on it. Because unless you just completely spec, like, what is it, like lightning and lightning and fire, you're not doing that much. And even if you put like something like pressure point, you're still not going to do much, because I've maxed out a dark dagger and a dark sword before just because I thought they looked cool and thought, okay, these things are going to be completely awesome and hopefully I'm going to be able to use them the entire game. And I got into like level 15 and 20 and it was taking me like 5 minutes to kill one person. It's either, and before you say, oh, you probably just built it wrong, I put as much damage increase as I could on that thing, and it still barely went up in ranks. And that's just honestly why I feel that way about it.
I mean, I know it's a shit weapon, but I mean, I have hopes for it. I have hopes that they will change it. They can increase the radiation damage, because I have
probably the only hope. That's probably the only thing they could do to make it even viable, because it had shit for radiation before. Like,
well,
it had
I mean,
shit
I have
for damage.
the Sonic Core, and that does radiation damage at base. But
remember, Sonic Core also does a vortex ability.
New Loka. A lot of people seem to be pretty excited about this when they announced it, but New Loka is getting a Sancti Magister, I believe.
Yeah, they're getting the Oberon weapon, basically.
Yeah, Magister. So I think the Magister could be redeemed as well.
Yes.
Possibly. A lot of people seem to be excited about that one.
Because if there's one thing, I will say the new local weapons are new, or has to be some of the better ones. Because
yeah. Now
the Sancti Tigress it's amazing. It's a lot of people rate it as one of the best shotguns in the entire game, and they say a lot of people should at least try to get New Loka just so they can get that gun.
Yeah,
And I agree.
Okay, so now they introduce something interesting, like something pretty cool. So you know how we have profile icons? You know how we have profile icons and stuff? They introduced profile icon glyphs that can be spray painted onto things in the world, kind of like, you know, in Overwatch. How
Like Overwatch,
you press
yeah.
the
That's what I
button
was
and you spray paint your little fancy things all over the world. We're getting something like that, and it's going to be our icon that we have for our profile picture. And there's going to be a new thing in our pause menu, and it's going to be, and you can like change your profile icon in game whenever you want and spray paint it. You can spray paint it using, I forget what they called it, but it's some sort of glyph thing that you put in one of your gear slots and you spray paint it on the wall thing, and it looks pretty freaking cool. It looks like a hologram, just like floaty, fancy hologram
But
thing.
does it
Very
have...
cool.
Does it run out? Do you have to like keep buying like the glyphs things to be able to spray it, or is it just like one-time thing and you
really
have
know.
it constantly?
I don't really know. I think it's a one-time thing. It is something you buy from the market. I know that, but I think it's a one-time thing. Like you buy it from the market,
And you permanently have it.
You permanently have it. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was
honestly what I was
something pretty cool. Now, this is interesting. What they've been trying to do is they've been trying to get Tenogen on consoles, but it's very challenging because it's a whole legal thing that they have to go through. You know, it's with all the owners and all the different people creating armor and gear and stuff, but they were able to get certain things that are coming to consoles. We're getting, I believe, like a few new Cyandanas. We're getting a new Mesa helmet.
Oh yeah, I saw that Mesa helmet. It looks pretty nice.
And we're getting, what's it called? We're getting the jetpack Cyandana, which is cool. That is what they said. I'm not sure how quickly that's going to be.
I don't expect that to.
It might come out when we get War Within. I believe it'll come. I believe we'll get that stuff when we get War Within and stuff. So that's definitely something to look forward to, because if they end up getting that, you know, solved and stuff, we can actually get some really cool custom-made gear for some of our favorite characters, made by some really cool people. So it would be a unique change.
Didn't even know you could get up here.
There are going to be new Lunaro arenas. For those of you guys who like Lunaro, there's going to be new Lunaro arenas. I saw this one that they showcased, which looked like it was on what's that one planet? Phobos? It looked like it was on Phobos, and it looked all sandy and, you know, Egyptian-like type thing.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting. It was pretty freaking cool. The goals were also different. They were sideways instead of
round little
completely
circles.
plugged into the wall. Like you had to goal in from the side instead of from the front. Very
they're doing it kind of like the Mayan like kickball like sport, where it was just like a round little circle on the side of the wall, and you had to kick the ball through there.
Yeah, sort of. So it looked really cool. I believe we are getting new mission maps as well. Like, it looked like it was like taking place on the outside of a ship or something, in like the middle of space, and there were turrets. There were like turrets that came out of the ground. You had to deal with that, and it was kind of like you were fighting on top of the hull of a ship or something, of like a spaceship. And
so we starting from the outside now. So what it sounds like is we're starting from the outside instead of just how magically getting into a random grate that I don't even know why ships have grate. Yes, spaceships have like just grates like that randomly.
Yeah. Let's talk about Necros. Necros
Ooh.
Prime and the new Necros,
Rework.
New Necros rework-ish thing, yeah.
Okay, wait, can I say something
The
real
new
quick?
Necros rework. So Necros is obviously going to get a new Desecrate that you can turn. Did you want to say something, DC?
Yeah, so I'm in the relay right now.
Shadow will ask him at the end.
Why is everybody invisible?
Wait, what do you
not
mean?
Everybody's invisible. Like, everybody's invisible. Something's going on with the servers or something.
Maybe they're updating it now.
Probably, because like, everybody's invisible. All I see is like electricity and smoke out of everywhere.
Don't know, but
Alright, continue.
carry on, Assassin.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. So, Necros is getting a new Desecrate, and the Desecrate's going to sort of work like a toggle ability. You toggle it on, and it stays on, and I believe it slowly drains your energy, and they changed Despoil. Is it Despoil? It's the augment mod where it takes his health.
Yeah, Despoil.
They changed that mod to be a percentage chance where it takes health from Necros instead of
A guaranteed.
energy. Yeah. Yeah, so it's percentage wise, so when you kill enemies, you'll have a chance of losing health or energy. But it toggles, and it's a lot better because Necros people don't have to keep spamming 3. They can actually
just have it on all the time and
Yeah,
just
use
worry
it on-
about their health.
the other time, and they can spam a different button, and this is where I get to
The rework.
rework of his ultimate, or his shadows.
His ultimates, pretty much.
Well, yeah, his shadow. I forget what the full thing's called.
Shadows
but
of the
it's
Dead,
shadows.
I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Shadow of the Dead, I'm looking at it.
But so basically, apparently, how his shadows are going to work is he's going to get less shadows, but they
Oh.
are going to be stronger.
Oh,
And
how much stronger?
I don't know. I believe just more damage from them. And I mean, they'll get like special attributes that certain that whatever you just killed had. So, you know, if you want to bring back a heavy gunner, you can bring that back, and they'll actually be
Also,
more
like, you
viable.
get to choose what you want back, or is it
They'll
just like
actually
the
be
same
somewhat
thing?
viable. I mean, obviously, it depends when you press the button. But yeah, you get to choose. Like, if you just kill the fucking heavy gunner, then you can just be like, okay, I want this heavy gunner working for me. And
Whoa.
you press the button, and and one of the interesting factors is that they don't have duration anymore. It's not tied on duration anymore like it used to be.
Oh,
It's
it's now.
you now it's just health, and you can recast your shadows to give your shadows more health or resurrect them.
So basically, you're going to basically act as a trinity for the shadows.
Yeah, it'll reset their health.
Let me rephrase that. Trinity before the
Keep
rework.
them up. Basically, you can just keep them back up.
Interesting. That's actually quite interesting. I want to see how that works out.
Okay, wait, you want to know how they're updating?
I think it's going to be a better change for Necros, and I think a lot more people will be happy about it because, you know, Necros hasn't been much of a favorite frame just because nobody wants to be spamming Desecrate all day. So a lot of people didn't really go with Necros just for that. And I know eventually they'll be changing like Ash's Bladestorm eventually, but they didn't really mention anything on that.
I'm honestly a little peeved and disappointed about that.
Yeah, because he's a solo.
Because the one thing everybody loved about Ash is the fact you got to see yourself teleport around, just jumping off of people, teleporting, stabbing them, and getting so many kills. You take that away from Ash, and you take one of the greatest love things about him, basically.
Well, you take one of the most favorite Warframe players.
I can agree because it's really freaking cool, just like having that happen and stuff. But I don't know how they're gonna change it. Maybe they'll change it for the better. I really hope they do. But I highly doubt that.
You had mentioned this a while ago, and you said they were going to you're going to send out like clones of yourself to do it instead of you actually doing it.
Yeah. So also we're going to be getting a new melee weapon, which is going to be pretty cool. We'll be getting the well, obviously we'll be getting the Helio Core with the Spectres of the Rail update, but with War Within, we'll be getting the an Arcata weapon, I believe. I believe this is in War Within, because they did showcase it. So I'm assuming it is going to be in that update.
That's
or at least
the Gunblade, right?
No.
Max, you just fall in love with your Gunblade, don't you?
Actually, we will be getting a Gunblade, but I'm not sure when that's coming.
Oh.
But the Arcata is going to be, it's the Lunaro thing. The thing we use in Lunaro to throw the ball, so we'll be able to hit enemies with our balls.
What?
So we're going to actually straight up straight up going to start carrying an Arcado.
Only have 2 ammo.
DP? DP. Keep it PG, man. Keep it PG.
Oh no, I'm legit, dude. I only have 2 ammo.
No, I'll just be like, fuck this, you can suck on my balls, bitch. Throw it.
Exactly.
I'm so fresh you can suck. But that's... Okay, I haven't heard about that. That's interesting.
Wait, did they change how you can't get energy now if you're a Prime? I think they changed that.
No, you still can.
I'm in the Void right now, and I'm Nick's Prime, and I'm not getting energy.
You have probably
yeah, new one of those
got
things.
it from the
Never
Death
mind.
Orb.
Yeah, I got it.
But yeah, so you can throw that around, and you get the ball as well. You get the Lunaro ball, and you can just throw it around, and you have to pick it up.
Oh.
And you can throw it again. It's pretty freaking cool.
I was hoping it would just like you throw it and it bounces back and your character automatically catches it.
No.
That would be amazing.
Nah. It's like Lunaro. It's actually a lot like Lunaro.
So you're basically running around playing Lunaro, kicking people's asses.
That's Yeah, basically. Now the only question is, can you grab other people's balls?
No, dude.
Just
because wouldn't that basically
like if you
can
run
you still
in with
hit
a full
people?
team,
Can you still hit people with the actual thing instead of just having to throw the ball at them?
They didn't show that, so no, I don't think so. I think you have to throw the ball, which is very tricky.
Yeah, and then that's definitely going to be like, can you pick people's balls up? Because
why?
But
what happened?
Freaking Stalker and the freaking
Juggernaut
guy. Corpus guy came. The Syndicate.
Ooh.
Stalker and the Syndicate. Okay, wait, I just took down the Stalker, and I just gotta run through moving.
Alright, so...
That's going to be interesting.
That's basically that. We are also, I believe, they mentioned that we are gaining a new UI, sort of, for the weapon. For our little weapon things. Not weapon things, but in your arsenal. It's going to show you, like, how many forma you have in your weapons and stuff. It's just going to be a new, interesting UI, just to give you more information.
Okay.
And let's talk about Titania, the new Warframe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am unsure of her because I heard some speculation that it might not actually be happening.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to cure you of your speculation. I think I fucked that up, but either way. Let's get into it. Titania's passive is, basically, her passive gives you a better bullet jump.
Oh, yes.
So, she leaves...
Does it go further?
When she moves, when she bullet jumps, or when she moves, she leaves behind a little sparkle trail. And, anybody who bullet jumps through that sparkle trail, or out of that sparkle trail... Anybody who jumps from that sparkle trail, they get a better bullet jump. I believe it's just like better distance and stuff. It's pretty useful, I guess, if you're, I don't know, you need to get out of a shitty situation. I don't know.
I could see that.
Wait, does this little sparkler thing damage?
No, it's just better bullet jump DP. No, sorry.
No.
That sucks.
No damage twinkles.
Aww.
Damage twinkles.
Titania gets a thing, or her first ability is a thing I like to call the ragdoll bomb.
Ragdoll
and basically,
bomb?
she throws a bomb-ish thing, just like I'm sure. Like, I'm sure it just poofs from her hand, and just magical stuff poofs, and anybody who gets hit with it, or is in the area, is ragdolled immediately and starts floating into the air. But like, all gravity is gone.
What?
Hold on.
Like the focus lens.
Hold on.
What?
I never thought
No.
hear damage and twinkles put right next to each other. I just can't get over that.
So Twinkles and
Fear my damage,
Ragdolls.
Twinkles.
What is this? Dark Souls?
Oh god. Dark Souls, no.
They just...
Because that is Dark Souls in a nutshell. Twinkles and Ragdolls everywhere.
She just makes makes all her enemies ragdoll.
I mean,
It's pretty
that's
freaking
my
cool.
dream game. Just make people
Great
ragdoll.
CC. And then you can like shoot them in the air and just bully them. You can just...
Guys, one of my viewers, who's actually a friend of mine, just told me the name of it. It's called Fairy Dust.
Fairy dust.
So,
Fairy dust.
I do... Yeah, I remember it being fairy dust, actually. I remember,
So, are they going with a Saints Row approach here with the ragdoll competitions?
yes, ragdoll.
Or are they going to Dark Souls, where you basically can start kicking them around?
Get hit by a
God,
car,
no,
go flying
please
like
do not go back to that.
1,000 feet.
And, I believe... Okay, yeah, her 2, right. Her 2 is pretty interesting. I kind of like it. She kind of, I'm not sure if it does damage, but I think it just... The enemies basically drop a buff. She makes enemies drop a buff that is specific to whatever type of enemy it is. So, like, if you kill a napalm, I'm assuming you can get, like, bonus heat damage if you pick up the buff. Or, if you
kill a nullifier?
I really don't know what any of that stuff is, but they said that they were gonna add like some sort of buff system to that, which would be really crazy interesting because like you could mark this enemy and then just kill him. He drops a buff and I'm not sure if your whole team gets it or if it's just a one thing pickup.
Just for you.
That'd be really crazy if you could I mean, I think it has some serious potential. It's very interesting.
Okay.
From what I found. And
okay. To add on to what you're saying, my friend is saying that you can get blast, damage reduction buffs, and basically any of the element combinations. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Like based on their element or whatever they were, they could they would drop something specific.
Bombards.
It would be crazy. Yeah, bombards will give you like bonus blast. That'd be crazy.
Wait, bonus blast?
Thermax, I swear if you get titanium and you use that freaking axe, I'm gonna freaking
No. I am officially Doc. I'm officially Doc because I got the rocket launcher now.
God damn it.
I
still need that freaking knife.
She looks really
Her
fucking
3
cool.
is fun. What's her 3?
Her 3 is fun. Her 3 kind of does the same thing as the ragdoll bomb, except her fairy dust. her 3 she levitates the enemy and marks enemies for her razor butterflies. And her razor butterflies kind of float around them, and enemies are kind of mesmerized by the light they're giving off, and they head towards the light or towards the enemy that's ragdolling. Like
ragdoll attracts the enemy.
And they get eaten by razor butterflies.
What?
Basically.
That's terrifying.
That is actually very terrifying.
Yeah.
So does like
pretty fucking cool.
Okay, so is it going to be like how Nova has the little things that swirl around her? Or is she just going to naturally have them flying around her and she can just activate
So when
it?
she sends the razor butterflies out, is it like that effect that Aphrodite has on her her
Now there's one, I mean, I wasn't entirely sure when I was watching it. I think it's just something naturally she's going to have, or it's connected to her ultimate, where she turns into a kind of an Arcwing type thing. She shrinks down, turns into an Arcwing-ish thing. She gets her own dual pistols and her own specific melee weapon, and you can see like the little razor fairies or razor butterflies flying around you. I'm not sure if she only gets. I think it's something natural though. I think it's something natural, and I think the razor butterflies are just around the enemy and stuff. And
no, that's justice rain from above.
it's just around, and enemies will obviously get drawn in towards thing. And the cool thing is, when you're in your ultimate and you're floating around with all your razor butterflies, they also take aggro of the enemies, so they'll be shooting your razor butterflies and not you. Sometimes.
Oh.
So that's cool. And your razor butterflies help you kill things. I mean, that's cool. Who doesn't love fucking razor butterflies? Slicing people's...
Not to push this along too quickly. What about the new Arcwing?
Oh yeah.
Right, the new Arcwing, yeah. We are gonna get that with Spectres of the Rail.
One of the viewers is saying this. The new Arcwing is godly, basically Valkyr and Valkyr before the re. What?
Oh god, no.
Yeah, basically you're pretty much invincible, like invulnerable with that fucking Arcwing.
That's a healer Arcwing, by the way.
Yeah, it's a healer Arcwing. I mean, you pretty much take no damage. I don't know what ability it's connected to, and I don't know what the abilities are on the dot. But all I do know is that it's fucking godly. But they didn't really mention anything about it in DevStream 78, so...
It's probably going to come from a little after War Within then, if they fully didn't mention it.
Oh no,
This
it's
is
already
coming
out
to
on.
PC.
It's already out on
PC?
PC.
You wanna know how they're updating it real soon? Bulbin
From
Prime
what I
Access
believe,
is
right?
in
It's
there.
already out on PC, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Is it out on
Arcane-
PC?
Yes, the
It should be.
Arcane is
It
on
should be.
PC.
Yeah, it's out on PC. What am I talking about?
This is coming from a... Yeah, it's out on PC. He's saying it's coming from a PC player. I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
he plays PC.
That's what I thought. That's what I fucking thought.
DP,
So-
meet me in the dojo. I'm bored.
Yeah, me too.
You're heading to the dojo.
Assassin, what were you doing?
Now, one
Sending
thing
your
they
shit
did
the whole
mention,
time?
which was I got extremely hyped for. I was definitely happy about this.
What?
DE Steve mentioned during the
My name's
shut up.
Steve.
He mentioned during the fucking stream that
His name was Steve.
solar rails
Are back? Are they back?
are going to possibly make a comeback after
Ooh.
War Within.
I figured.
So it's something coming after War Within, and it's something a little bit to look forward to. But I'm kind of curious on what they're going to do with the solar rails and
Oh, this
clans.
Oh, it all came full circle.
Okay,
You like the
so...
coloration?
Clans in general, because they did say
like
it's
your
been
skirt.
a sort of thing that's been neglected. So
Did you just turn into the devil?
I am hoping it is
Maybe.
I'm scared.
something that will.
That was so random. Did you just turn into the devil?
No,
I'm
like
using
his
Dark
character's
Rhino.
black and red.
I'm using Dark Rhino.
I'm like, did you just turn into the devil?
Stand right there. Stand on the other side, DP.
And I'm
that
hoping
shit?
it is something that blossoms into something fucking awesome, because I did miss the solar rails.
No, goddamn.
But
Didn't we all though?
that's basically everything they really mentioned during the pod or the stream, the dev stream. So
Like Academon, you don't
if
face
you guys
me.
have
Full
anything to add on,
Oh, shit. You...
any questions, anything to add on the vectors of the rail update or anything?
No.
I guess we can take any questions from the
What?
viewers that are curious.
Yeah, of course, because I'm not the Warframe expert, so now's the time to get your questions in.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, when we got to... Oh yeah, the new star chart.
Let me see you. Oh, turn around. Turn around. You.
Yeah, we forgot to mention the new star chart.
Oh yeah, the new start. No, he said
I mean,
something
there's
about the
not
new
much
start.
to really mention about the new star chart other than
We're getting it.
other than we're getting it. Yeah, we're getting a star chart, guys. That's it. No, but there's not
Yay.
much to really mention other than the star chart's going to be revamped in a way that it gives you more initiative, I guess, to play the regular missions.
It's a rocket
guys,
launcher.
Can you
Yes.
chill out? I'm trying to. But there's not much other than it's going to give you a initiative to play some of the new missions and things.
Okay.
And
How's it going to work?
when I
never
did
really
get on
got
PC
that.
though, I did get on PC for a little bit to check out how the new star chart worked, and basically you're gonna have quests that I'm assuming unlock just that allow you to go to a new planet. So you're gonna have to do certain tasks on PC, and I forget what it's called. You have to it's like a solar rail type thing, and you unlock
okay.
it after doing. I don't know what it's specifically called, sadly though. I wish I could find that, but
My friend is saying, I hope it doesn't break the game like it did on PC, for PC gamers. So there might be...
Yeah, there was tons of hot fixes going out for fucking Spectres of the Rail on PC.
Yes.
There was tons of hot fixes going out. It's crazy. But
It's,
Which is probably why
he's saying the thing is called junctions.
Junctions, right.
Junctions.
Yes. That's what it's called. Yeah, you fucking terrible. But you can unlock the junctions by, because I did go onto, what planet was it? I believe it was Mercury, Venus. Which one has which planet has Fossa on it?
Fossa? I don't remember.
The fucking Fossa boss fight, dude.
Fossa boss fight?
No, the planet Fossa, or not planet.
The node Fossa?
The node Fossa and the fuck.
I honestly don't know, and I don't feel like looking.
Jackal. The
Jackal, yeah, Jackal.
boss fight. That's Venus, right?
Saturn.
I believe it's Venus.
Saturn.
No,
It's not Saturn.
no, that's Venus. Saturn is what's his name? Saturn is General Jarvis Ruck.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the hothead.
Venus is
Yeah,
what's it
Venus,
called?
because it's a noob planet. It's a newbie
Yeah.
planet, not fucking
Venus is
Saturn.
the most
Saturn's too
noobiest planet.
experienced.
Yeah.
You got my
You
friend.
get fucking
You got my
Rhino.
friend yelling at me too now, cause now he's yelling at me. Is Venus? It's Venus.
Yeah, good. Yell at that motherfucker, man.
It was a dang. I haven't been to like
Come
gone
on,
and done.
But yeah, I believe when I did it, it told me that I had to kill the jackal, and it told me to kill a certain number of enemies on a certain node. It told me to complete a series of just objectives to do on that planet. A series of objectives to just do on that planet. And
Let me kill
then
you
it said
No,
it
I'm
would
seeing
give
what
me
it is.
rewards.
Oh.
Then it said it would give me rewards.
I like this one.
Yeah, Phobos is now just
on-
one boss fight.
There you go.
Mars is 2 bosses. Oh, so they're adding bosses to certain planets now.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
Because
are.
he's saying Phobos is only going to be 1 boss, and now Mars is going to have 2.
Assassin, I'll let you do next, because I see you keep
So-
running down here.
So they switched the
No, I don't.
bosses
I'm just
from
getting annoyed
Mars
that you
and
guys are kind of
Phobos.
talking while I'm talking. That's all.
My friend who also plays a lot of PC Warframe is saying stuff that also is probably very important to know.
Yeah, I mean they didn't really tell us much of what we were getting, really, when they were showcasing a lot of the Spectres of the Real stuff.
Oh my
So
god.
Who's this guy?
we probably should have moved to a private party, but
Yeah.
we will do that for future ones, hopefully. But that's basically the end of a lot of the
There we go.
Warframe stuff.
You wanted
I don't think
to...
there's anything else we really have to talk about, though. Is there?
Pictures are basically void.
I
Yeah, we
think
know that.
Crimson wanted to do a bit of a segment on Doom, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
So,
go
If
ahead.
you guys are done.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
done.
we're done.
Don't
Alright,
worry.
you can take the stage now.
Alright, so Doom, the game that everybody cared about for 5 minutes after it was announced. Okay, so
not
Doom
true.
update 1.05. It's the second update that's come out for PlayStation 4. So this one was a big change. I mean, 1.04 wasn't that big. And what
Still
they
my
did with
favorite.
1.05 was basically they changed a lot of fonts and layouts. Like they made definitely everything look nice while you're waiting to get into game. Added more taunts, among other things. Add new patterns. And in Snap Map, which is the first category I'll go over. Yeah, go ahead.
I heard, I'm not sure about this, but I heard that they were like adding, you can create maps, or was that already in it?
That was already in
haven't
it.
played Doom.
But that's what I'm about to talk about. Snap Map is the first mode I'm going to talk about. And basically it's your own map making editor where it's basically a huge community of people that make maps and you can play them. And it's really fun, actually. There's quite a few quality maps out there. And the versatility of the things you can do was huge already, but they added some new ones. So in the campaign of Doom, in the campaign of Doom, you play in both this huge facility and also in actual Satan's domain, Hell. So, anyways, in Snap Map, you could only play as like things in the facility. Well, now they have added stuff from Hell, such as weapons, environments, among other things. So they've definitely made the amount of things you can do in Snap Map much bigger.
I believe I heard about this. Yeah. I actually heard about this and thought it was a pretty interesting idea, and wondering why I actually didn't put it in a little earlier, because that just seems like an amazing and epic thing to just have in a game for just putting into a random like multiplayer game mode.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome though.
I enjoy it very much. Okay, so that's the main thing for Snap Map, is just they added things from Hell that you can do instead of just having the facility. Moving on to multiplayer, the first DLC is out. I can't really remember what it's called right now. But that added 2 new weapons, a new pistol, and a new rifle, along with a couple other pieces of equipment, such as, if you play Call of Duty, it's similar to the Bouncing Betty.
Oh,
You can place it on walls and floors, and it shoots out and explodes upon someone coming near it.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
They added a new demon you can play as called the Harvester. I haven't gotten the chance to check him out yet, but now there are 5 playable demons. Like the Revenant, who's a if you play Doom, you know him, but he has a jetpack and he can shoot rockets. Basically, just fly around the map, killing people. Good times.
Yeah,
and
I
then
heard
you
about
have
that.
Yeah.
Yep, you have.
I heard he was an asshole, to like a really annoying one to kill
I heard he
as
was
well.
broken as fuck.
He is, yeah. He's
Yeah.
really broken, and he's the first one you unlock. Second one's
Oh,
the Baron, the Baron of Hell, who's a high damager, but he's not nearly as quick, and he has more health. Then you have the Mancubus, who has the most tanky freaking health ever, and is the slowest one out of all. Your fourth one is the Prowler. Oh my god, the Prowler's so... you basically leap from wall to wall. You're basically Spider-Man without webs. You just kind of jump from wall to wall. And you can pick up people and decapitate them and stuff. Good times. And now there's the Harvester. So now we got 5 new... we have 5 total demons to play as.
That's good.
Added
cool.
multiple new maps among other game modes, especially objective-based. They were really lacking game modes objective-wise. So they added a new one where it's like Safeguard from Black Ops 3. I don't know if who has ever played Black Ops 3
Yeah, I
in
played
here.
Safeguard.
But basically you have to protect a moving objective. I think it's similar to something in Overwatch as well.
Yeah. Escort.
Yeah, protect the payload.
Oh, trust us, Warframe players know just how painful that can be as well.
Yeah, cause that freaking the raid.
The
that
hijacks.
you have,
Gotta love that hijacks.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how they for sorties and certain higher level missions, they turned defense into basically an escort mission.
Oh.
An escort defense mission.
Yeah, so they added a defend a moving objective, attack a user defended objective. Another version of a team deathmatch. That's actually pretty interesting. So
another version of it?
Yep. It's not TDM, but it's a team-based killing mode. Crap, can't remember what it's called. It is called
Team friendship mode.
Who can get the most handshakes?
Who can get the most handshakes?
So yeah, those are the main points. Plus, like I said, new hell maps, which are actually really cool. I played on one just today, and they definitely
I saw
did a
one
good job.
earlier. They look cool. They really do. I saw one earlier, and
Are they adding like? Don't you know how you can turn into those monsters? Like say, like the monster on the cover, like like the one on the cover.
Yeah, I just said
the
that.
demons.
Yeah, the harvester. They
Yeah,
added
they're
the
adding
harvester.
a new one. Which I heard, and he looks awesome. I've
He
seen
does,
it.
yeah.
I gotta look. I wanna see it.
And then
Doom, destroyer of friendships.
And then
God,
they
dude,
added.
chill.
Ah, crap. What is it? It's the freaking.
Come on, sit back in the dojo.
Oh yeah, they added new freaking power-ups. They're the rewards. Like after you die, you can equip these things that you earn after games. Called I can't remember what they're called, but they give you like a kind of a buff for a certain amount of time, whether it's 30 seconds, 20 seconds, a minute, or 2 minutes. Like, for example, there's one called Bounty. And basically what it does is it gives you more XP per kill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they added they added 4 of those. And they are very nice. So, those are the main points I wanted to touch on. Doom, basically the DLC update 1.05, which definitely made everything look nicer, and updated snap map to hell mode, and then DLC 1 finally out. We were waiting for it for a while, so that would be it for me.
All right. Then
That's
looks like
pretty much
we are
everything.
nearing the end of the stream. If anybody has any questions about any of the 3 games we talked about,
He does.
save them now for a little bit, and
I got one from one of my viewers that I've been saving.
Okay.
It's back onto Smite, and he's an old Smite player. He has it on PS4. He's stopped for a little bit, but he's back. And he's wondering, do you have any advice for him, since he loves to use Mercury but doesn't have really Golden Bow to use anymore? Do you have any like a replacement build for him?
I would recommend
Chins first of all.
Well, that's pretty much like guaranteed. But I mean, I would recommend just doing what everybody used to do in Season 2, which was start stacking trans early. Like you could rush trans and then go boots or something, and start stacking trans early to get that early damage, and continue building however you see best. You can build ability base, going into some pen items or more power, or you could build basic attack wise, and you could go maybe an Ichable, Kins. But I would recommend, for most of them, I would recommend something like Trans, Warriors, Tabi, Soul Eater, Kins, and a couple crit items. If that's what I would mainly recommend for meta currently for ADCs.
Pretty much what a variation of what I run on him anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. So.
Thank you very much.
If anybody else has any other questions, just
yeah, we'll be
shout
taking a
them
few
out.
more before we go off?
Alright, well,
Before we leave you.
anyways, I'll just start doing my outro then. I just, like I said, just make sure to check out these wonderful, fabulous YouTube channels. They work hard. I know they do. So just see what they got. See if you like it, you know? It's like shopping. Just find what you like. But I really think you should sub to them. I think you should really check them out. They're good friends of mine, and yeah. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
It means a lot, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so, looks as if the first monthly GAA podcast has officially come to an end. I will see you guys later.
Thanks for having me, guys.
In the next one.
No problem, dude.
Peace out.
No problem. See you guys.
Peace.